record this, so whatever I see, I'll send you a YouTube link when we're done. Sometimes I record these and I send them to people that are like, "You have a YouTube channel?" I said, "No, it's just recordings of meetings." All right. So let's look at Wheeling. All right, so your food is up there.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculously, just ridiculous.
All right. So one of the things we've started, I've started really, I'd say aggressively looking at is people's consistency with their theoretical. Right? Now, your theoretical, you do about 23 to 25,000 in food every week, and you're within 29 and a half to 30. You don't really even hit a 31. So, and the reason I've started doing this is a lot of people are having problems with their non-recipe, which it doesn't appear that you really are, because your non-recipe stays around a 3%. So that means it's the actual COGS, which means it's one of two things. It's admin or it's ops to correct. Because if it's non-recipe, it's straight admin. It's just people not knowing what they're doing. I had a story yesterday I did a call with. They grew $800 in oil. So because they actually get an oil company come in and pump oil. So their non-recipe was a negative, which drives your theoretical down. Doesn't matter how great you do. If your theoretical is too low, you don't hit. Man, for you. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going through the variants now. Cream is cream. I mean, you're pretty high on your heavy whipping cream. I mean, more than other stores. Milk, ice cream, mozzarella, butter, yellow cheese. That's all normal stuff, right? Buttermilk. That's all pretty normal. The whipping cream, $40 of that is fairly high. Who do you get? You get whipping cream from Cisco, I assume.
Correct.
Okay. So let me take some notes on another screen here. And what do you get? What's the pack size for the whipping cream?
Hold on.
You don't really have anything that's high.
Well, what I'm mostly concerned is, and this is what and it's. Let me take off speakerphone.
Really?
It's. I cannot believe that I'm missing. Like let's go to poultry.
$100. Takes the chicken.
Right. So I can't believe that I'm missing 95 pounds of chicken wings. I can't believe that I'm missing 51 pounds of smoked wings. Now, when I go into my
where are you getting
hogs,
95 pounds of chicken wings from?
I'm doing 1 to 2 in P6. I'm doing a 2-week variance.
Okay. I was just looking at it. I'll look at both weeks here.
Right. So
your TVA comes down, but keep going.
Okay. So with chicken wings, I'm 94 pounds short. Well, that to me is 2 and a third case.
Yeah.
I can't be 2 1/3 cases short. I mean, I know for a fact. I mean, believe me, bro. I've been watching cameras. I've been checking backpacks. I've been, you know what I mean? I've been on top of this with these guys in my kitchen for the last month as far as theft. You know, and that's always my first thought is that I've been an owner, not just a GM, but I've also been an owner of a place. And I know that, hey, you know, 5% of your shit's going to walk out the door. I don't work that way. Nothing walks out my door. I watch everybody. So when I see these kinds of like just oddities, like almost 100 pounds of wings, 50 pounds of smoked wings, you know, 15 pounds of chicken breast, 10 pounds of tenders over you know, let's say a 3-month period because we go, it just constantly rolls over. I don't like it, but I have to look at it and say, well, you know what? Let's say we had a bad pan go bad and somebody threw it out and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Or you know, the way we get our tenders and our breasts and we cut them into tenders and we cut them into boneless, and then when the boneless, we're taking little pieces and making those into chicken quesadillas. I mean, I get that kind of loss, but these numbers that are just astronomically high, produce, and produce has got. I understand that it's got to be a you know an input issue, but like mushroom slice, 90 pounds short. Roma tomatoes, 52 pounds short. And I'm very methodical in going through my COGS reconciliation after my invoices go in. Now, granted, 2 weeks ago, I did have a poultry issue of $116, but that's not going to equate to, again, if you come up to poultry again, you know, I'm looking at almost $500 worth of poultry missing.
So just to give you an idea, let me do this. So what I put on the screen if you watch this video on YouTube or pull up part of it. So what I did was I ran an all food IVA for all our corporate stores. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is, let's see. And then I drilled down into chicken wings. So now I'm going to sort this by inventory portions. And let's see where you rank on this. So out of 30 stores, F is a wheel. Okay, so you've only got 4 stores that are losing more than you. Now, based on inventory portion. So Odessa, Oakbrook, Mesquite, and Addison lost 100 pounds plus.
I'm looking at the screen now. I just brought it up.
So let's take out the losses or the growth, right? And let's just run down to, I'm going to take Odessa out because I know that they've got some admin stuff going on. So the average is 62 pounds. So the average is a case and a half over 2 weeks. So you're a case high. Now, if you look here though, Oakbrook's up there, right? There you are. There's Orland, and there's Warrenville. So out of 30 stores, you guys are ranked 19, 22, 26, and 29, which says to me it's probably the size of the wings you were getting. Now, I did just receive an email yesterday. I don't know. I got up at 3:15 yesterday morning. My wife's in Orland Park right now with our kids.
Yeah.
And yesterday was kind of a blur. It was a long day, but it was either yesterday or Tuesday. I got a count sheet with all of the wing counts for you guys.
Right.
And let's see what you guys are at. If you want to just do some spot checking today, let's check. There's one section here that doesn't really like me. No. So let's just check. I think you guys are, I don't want to misspeak here. So you guys are 5 1/4 wings per pound. So if you just want to do some spot checking today and see if, 5 to, 5 to 6 wings away, just grabbing some randos out of there.
Okay.
And spot check that, because that seems to be more in line with, Charlotte is Lacima. I know Lacima wants smaller wings. Central is corporate. Central Florida is Lacima. Atlanta is Lacima. Arkansas is us. Dallas is us. So if you see Detroit is Motor City. So I'm just trying to look here. Vegas 6. That's corporate. So if you look, corporate stores. So most of the corporate stores are 5 to 6 wings per pound. That's something Patrick has worked out with the manufacturer and distributor that we like that size wing, whereas some of our franchisees like a different size. So if you want to spot check that, we can. I can adjust it, and then if you just, I got a guy, Mike Brennan, in Jacksonville. Every Monday he sends me wing counts. That's just part of his inventory routine now.
Yeah, we do that too. We send them to Orland, and Orland sends them to Don.
I'm the one that updates them. So if you personally just want to send them to me, that's cool.
Okay.
And we'll let the rest, and you can still send them to Orland, and then Orland can send them to Don. But since you're the one that.
So what we've been averaging is so we drain the water out of the case, and then we do a count, and we do a weigh. So we've been averaging about 38 pounds, about 209 wings is our average per case.
Well, so here's kind of thought process on that. So the distributor or the manufacturer is allowed a 4-pound variance between case weight and actual product, between juice and scrap. So if you look at 209 divided by 37, so now we're talking about 5, and so I probably, close enough where I'd say 5.5 wings per pound, or,
right.
575. So, or I say 209 divided by 40, definitely 5 1/4. All right. So I always go with the larger weight, and that way you have less wings per pound. And when you weigh them, you're taking out the juice, and you're saying, oh, okay, this is how many pounds I actually have, in a pan, in a hotel pan, whatever it might be, Cambro. You're getting 5 1/4 pounds. So if you are actually getting 5.5 wings per pound, I'm trying to give you a little bit of a cushion. I mean, half a wing isn't much, but it's a plate of, refires that weren't rung up. Is my thought process. At least
right.
It's one order leeway. Is what I can do just mathematically. So, if you want to send me those Mondays, we can do that.
Okay.
And I'll make sure yours are updated. I mean, I said Mike Brennan, he's the same way as you. He's like, I literally sit there and he goes, I watch them just fry wings. And he's a low volume store. I think he's doing less food sales than you a week. And so what's happening is, every dollar counts for him. And for you to lose, let me make sure this refresh. I mean, $1,500 over 2 weeks, that's pretty big. That's not a big dollar amount, but it hurts you a lot to have a 3-4. Your heavy whipping cream, I almost want to say, did you find out the pack size?
I'm sorry, I got the screen up, so I got involved in watching you.
That's fine.
Let me keep buzzing through this as you talk. Yeah, it's just like I said, man. I'm ridiculously methodical when it comes to theft and watching people and making sure portions, like we just went 100% smash avocado smash kits as of Monday. We are not making anything but the smash kits now. And it's a huge difference. Quality is there, and now I can see, I know we're going to order probably a case less of avocados this week.
It's crazy.
Just because we're not throwing them in the garbage, a half pan that goes in the garbage every single day. And that's the thing, too. It's like, do I start a weigh sheet every single day, and do I start ringing this stuff up every single day? I mean, I know some stores do, like, some stores will just religiously ring in a pot roast and a burger and a order of wings every day and comp it off, say, well, that's our waste. I don't really, if that's what I got to do, that's what I can do, but I don't see the sense in that, because it's like, then you're just asking for trouble.
Well, and then you raise, I worked at one of the Fur Burner concepts, and they did wine, a half-price wine, and they had a lot of big bottles that were, $1,500, $3,000, $8,000. Somebody comes in and wants to buy an $8,000 bottle of wine. Hey, I'll give you $1,000 off you buy it right now. Is that a big deal? No, because that's 25% cost item anyway. So you're still making, good money on it. And they would say, okay, and they would ring it up open wine. And I always thought that was odd, because you're like, well, why open wine? Anybody can abuse that button. Just the auditor in me. And they said, hey, look, it just raises red flags. If you start comping $1,000 of wine, or $2,000, $3,000 of wine every Saturday, it looks like you're giving the house away, versus you ring up open wine, and the director of operations is the one selling the bottle. So it's not like anything's going sideways. He's selling the bottle, and he's bringing the sales in. So he's like, hey, do I want to send in numbers that have comps that are 3%, or my average, 1.25%? He's like, but my sales are so much lower now, and so that was kind of his thing, and I understand it, and I get it, and the same thing, you start ringing up stuff like that, a couple of burgers every day, and this, that, it's gonna be a flag.
Right, absolutely.
So
okay, so I found out is that I received in the 12 15-ounce containers.
Okay. 12/15 OZ. Okay, we're gonna double back to that and just verify, check my info. So this is how I know you're a different operator than others. So if you look, dairy's dairy because it's queso and scraps and portion, But if you let's look at your meat here. So you go from 60, 57, 45, 30. Okay, double digits to virtually no loss.
Right.
No smoked pork to be losing nothing, 50 cents. That's management right there. That's quality operations management. Now where I see, okay, beef stew meat, that's a count issue.
Right.
Did they count wrong at the end of period 5? Did they count wrong? We haven't looked at the IBA yet, so we haven't looked at the counts, but were one of these two items counted as beef stew meat?
Beef stew meat, right.
So what they're doing now, too, is we're starting to look at TVAs without growth. So if we take out this 221, the 53, and the $3, so we'll just call you 280, right? So instead of being $30 positive, you'd be 250 negative.
Right.
So they're starting to look at it that way. We've adjusted a lot of things. So same here with your food other. You trickle down pretty good, but you got a lot of things that are, this is wiping hands on aprons kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Leftover. It's nothing. Same thing with the growth. It's these two. Are you guys testing pickles right now?
We're fucking shredding pickles. I just ordered a new blade. Apparently the blade went bad, so we've been shredding them.
Well, we have some sort of testing pre-cut pickle chips.
Yeah, no, we're not testing anything.
So we're obviously seeing growth there, but and even that's not bad. That's probably just a miscount. It's probably a couple of cases, but somebody miscounted at the end of period 5. Did you change up who was counting?
No. This week we did. Well, I shouldn't say he didn't really count. He kind of followed. I've got my AGM, going through HOH right now. So next week he's actually going to physically do the count.
Okay.
But he did a walkthrough this time. But this has all been stuff from last week. This is nothing new.
We haven't looked at IVA, so I don't know if it's beginning inventory or ending inventory where we goofed on the counts. But let's look at these, and I can tell you what some of these are. So this is operations. So this is your, and I'm gonna make assumptions here. Pardon me, but this, based on what I see, this jalapeno relish, this garlic parmesan. Let's see, do you have any others? And the sweet Thai
Nashville.
And then Nashville. So what that is, you have stores that are stores that, but you have cooks that are, especially for breaded wings. Do you sell more breaded or more naked wings?
Oh, way more naked.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But they're slapping the shit in the bowl. Yep. They're not taking the spatula. And we were talking the other day about actually portioning out 2-ounce portions.
So especially with breaded wings, we've noticed that cooks are not, it just doesn't give you the right coverage. You know what I mean? It doesn't get into cracks, crevices. So cooks are just throwing stuff in there. So we're seeing loss in jalapeno, garlic parm, and the Thai chili. Especially those three, and the blazing. I mean, it's wing sauce, right? Mm-hmm. Tortilla chips, we're addressing this one now. We're getting different case weights from around the country just to make sure. No, it all comes from the same manufacturer, so it should all be the same weight. But it seems there's a little bit of a variance. So we're trying to find that middle road, so maybe we can shave a few dollars off a year for you.
Right.
2 weeks, 3 cases of French fries, that's really not bad.
Right. I'm not worried about fries. I'm not worried about chips. My chips and fries have been up and down. I know you guys are working on those, especially the tortilla chips. I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I called you about that. So that's not concerning me at all. I mean, I know it's gonna shake its way out. But like those ginormous proteins and those ginormous, produce issues, like the mushrooms and the lemons and again, I hate keeping to repeat myself, but I am methodical with the lemons and lime thing with my guys. Like I've cut them all down to half. I don't want to see anything more than half anything of cut of anything anymore. And I'm still losing. Mushrooms has got to be an input issue. It's got to be.
It's got to be.
The fuck is gonna? How now can you lose $156 for the goddamn fucking mushroom? I'm sorry about my language.
No, it's your video you gotta watch. It's unless those are magic mushrooms and your kitchen's fucking high every day.
Right.
Roma tomatoes, we're seeing. That's not too bad. For especially now that you're doing kits, right?
Yes.
So that'll go down. Asparagus. Do me a favor. Find out how many stalks are in a pound.
Okay.
So this is one we're addressing too. You've got it's an 11-pound case. Nationally, just is what it is. I guess asparagus, but everybody should be ordering medium. I think it's medium asparagus.
Well, we were told that if we get anything bigger than a pencil size, to refuse it.
Okay.
That we want to go because they were trying to send us the big fatties because we just changed. We went to Midwest,
mm-hmm.
Who I'm personally not real happy with, but it is what it is. And they just kind of drop and run. That's how their kind of method is here. Whereas before the other guys were real good about hanging around. So now we've stopped. These guys said, no, you're going to wait here until we go through every single case. So if I see anything bigger than a pencil size, we'll send it back. But they've been pretty consistent. But I will measure how many stalks in a pound.
So we're doing the recipes 2 ways. One, it's how many the ends and pieces for succotash bags. Mm-hmm. And then we're doing number of stalks for what is it? The steaks and something else. Yes, forgive me now, but
they get the it goes in the succotash, and it goes in the it goes with the ribeye.
Yeah. So it's under the ribeye. So I think that's by the each, and the other's by the ounce.
Right.
And you're like, okay.
Now we have to cut the bottoms off of these too. So should I weigh the stalks with the bottoms or without them?
You do me a favor, do both.
Okay, you got it.
And then I'll make sure, because in the recipe we say, okay, if one bundle is, a pound and a half, it's got a 12% loss, whatever it is. It's built into the recipe.
Right.
It breaks it down. Lemons, that's actually going to come out of recipe cost soon. It's going to go into non-recipe. So don't be too worried. Potatoes, broccoli florets, jalapenos. Are you getting different case sizes than what you're seeing in DL?
The peppers come sometimes. My biggest variance is avocados. We're supposed to. We get let me look at it. Before I talk shit, let me look at it.
You're only missing $11.
Yeah, lemons are just that's stupid waste. That's, like I said, that's me jumping on these guys as of 2 weeks ago and saying, you know what? I swear to God, if I see you cut more than a half a container, I'm going to cut your throat.
Yeah.
Because the morning guy is cutting for the night guy. And I said, no, you don't do that. The night guy cuts for the night guy. What if in the morning we go through 4 pieces of lemons, and then the night guy's sitting with a case, a case cut for him already? That's stupid. Let the guys cut them themselves. Let me get a Midwest out. Yeah, so like I said, I've been real, like the last 2 weeks has just been ridiculous to be cutting these guys down. Okay, so the asparagus comes in a standard number 11, and avocados, we get in a 48 count. So on DL, it's a 60. So I put in a 0.75.
Okay, so you're we need to change that. So you're screwing yourself, no offense. So
no, I get it.
Well, so here's the thing about avocados. So months ago when we changed how you counted them from the case to the weight, I'll actually show you here. This is probably a better way to show you. So we converted everything to pounds for the avocados, right? So you'll see here, if you can, let me blow this up a little bit. So 60 count, 48, 70, but you'll see how it changes and fluctuates, and that's fine. It's the size of the avocado. But what we found was everybody gets a 25-pound case. So the case weight.
So with Midwest Foods, even though it says 60 count, it's still coming in at 25 pounds.
Correct.
So just put it in as a 60 count, and we're good.
That's it.
Okay. I got you. I thought it was just because it said 60 count. I'm like, well, no, this isn't a 60 count.
And this pack size thing right here, where's Midwest? Right there. I could change this to Fig Newtons. It has no bearing on the mathematics within the bid file and the ingredient information.
Okay.
It's like, hey, I call the sky green, you call it blue. Hey, it's still the sky at the end of the day. Avocados are avocados. Whether you call it a 60 count or 48 count, they're all 25 pounds.
Right. Got it.
So that's why your avocados.
I think I'm only off $11. It's not bad.
What you're saying, you're getting in. Where's my calculator again? So what you're saying is you're getting in 18.75 pounds of avocados.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I did screw myself.
So well, you will this week. So you're getting in 18.75 pounds of avocados.
But really, I'm getting in 25.
You're getting in 25. So when you go to count at the end of the week, DL is expecting you to have, 18.75 left on the shelf, and you pick it up, you weigh the case, oh, I got 25. Now you've got the extra 6.25 pounds. So that $11,
Yeah.
that $11 is going to grow next week. Well, I take that back because you're doing kits only now. If you run just to week 3, we could compare weeks 1 and 2 to week 3, and hopefully it'll be pretty close to the same. You know what I mean? Because you're not wasting. But give me one sec. I saw an email pop up. Someone's trying to do an order and says it's broken. This is why I usually close my emails in the morning. When I do these, people are like, "Oh, I can't do an order, and I can't do anything." All right. Now what's on their order, guy? Even though you ask people to email support, I'll email them in a sec. So the avocados we know are going to go up. What else? Let me pull my notes back up. Mushrooms, asparagus. What else? Your seafood. Honestly, like, you're growing all your seafood.
I'm good until you hit tilapia.
Well, the haddock a little high. For growth, because remember they're going to take all this out. So you're $153. So you're going to be $153 higher in your TVA. So 1728. So now you're going to go up another point or so, or a few tenths of a point. That's just the way they want to start looking at them. Now, your budget is your budget, so what it comes across, and you can check Rightview Web. Did you get the info that they updated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We do that every 3 weeks.
I dealt with that from Thursday or Friday until about 2 o'clock yesterday. Every Rightview Web budget was off.
Yeah. Well, mine was weird because I had 3 or 4 bills that were from different stores put under my store.
Really?
Oh yeah, I had 2 from Oklahoma and 2 from Addison.
Well, what they had done was Rightview Web had put in your week 3 inventory counts as your ending inventory for period 5.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So imagine that one. DL's broken. Everything's broken. And it was actually DL that figured it out. He's like, no, I went through, spot check-ins and things. He's like, they put in the wrong week's inventory. So all of a sudden, like, Addison, not a big difference. They have about $40,000 on hand in inventory, and they were only off $900.
Wow.
Didn't really notice. But then there were some stores like Jacksonville. It threw his food costs off by like 5%. So here's what it is. All right. So let's check a few things now. We are going to check your whipping cream. I don't know why I keep going to the screen. All right. So you get this from Cisco Chicago.
Right.
Okay, so I have 12 32-ounce.
Well, that's an issue.
Can you double check with, and what's the item number you have?
I put it away. Let me bring it back up.
Hey, how far are you from Naperville?
Wheeling?
Yeah.
Oh, good 45-minute to an hour drive.
Who's the closest to Wheeling or to Naperville, like St. Charles?
Are you talking about that teen club that used to be there?
No. I guess is there a town called St. Charles?
Yeah, St. Charles, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not teen club. What are you talking about?
I thought you said teen club.
No, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law that we're staying with, they used to live in Naperville, and I know that name from Top Off too. They have a unit up there, but I think they live in like St. Charles.
Yeah.
And so I'm flying up there tomorrow afternoon.
Well, in St. Charles, there is a place called the Arcadia Theater.
Yeah.
It's pretty iconic. The guy's bought it in the last 5 years, and he brings nothing but like retro rock bands, and he brings a lot of cool acts over there.
All right.
Yeah, last week he had like Casey and the Sunshine Band one night, and then one night he's got like Neil Diamond. I mean, he just gets some really crazy stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna be up there. My wife, like I said, flew up there yesterday morning early. I told her, I said, hey, I want to get to work at like kind of normal, like not too late. So she booked her flight for 6 a.m.
Of course.
Like,
I don't know why wouldn't she?
Yeah. She's like, you wanted to get to work on time. I said, no, don't blame me. And so, it's 3:15 in the morning. I'm waking up. I'm waking my 4-year-old up, trying to get him dressed. He's like, Daddy. What do you do? Why? How long did I sleep? Hey, we're going on an airplane. Okay. And then we're waking the two.
All right, so I've got 12 one quart.
Okay, so that's right.
And my item number is 128-1930.
Did anybody sub this out this week?
No.
And you're sure? No. You're sure it was quarts, right?
Yeah. This is the buttermilk's been an ongoing thing.
Not buttermilk. Buttermilk. Heavy whipping cream.
Oh, my fault. Yes, I did look at buttermilk. Sorry about that. Heavy whipping cream.
12 15-ounce containers.
12 32-ounce.
And it should be
item number 6935464.
Okay, so that's correct. You're getting 12 32-ounce containers. So we know that's right. We can look at your receives in a second. I just want to make sure that we are before we start hunting down received orders, that information's right here. So we're getting this from Midwest.
Let me look at the mushrooms too.
The Midwest Foods, you get them for Midwest Foods, 10-pound case, 30% shrink. So unless you're getting a different case size, that's right.
Mushrooms, number 10 case, search 1735.
Yeah.
Item number looks like 166000.
And there, if you want to check, just make sure it's 10 pounds. That you're really getting the weight. And then there's a 30% shrink built into them for cooking. Midwest, where are you? Asparagus, 11-pound case, 20% shrink, so that's in line. Come on, fingers work. It's funny, I get to the office so early in the morning that there's like nobody else ever here.
That's a good thing.
It is, but it's always weird. So you guys have a catch weight for your stew meat, huh?
Yes. All my proteins have catch weights.
All? Really?
Except for, let me look. Well, I've got these open here. Now, that's what's messed up is I don't have a catch weight for smoked wings. So we're taking in these bags saying, well, you know what? They're bags. I do not have a catch weight for chicken tenders, wings, or smoked wings.
Yeah,
I do have for turkey. I do have for turkey breast.
The chicken, correct. You should not have a catch weight. Those are standard cases, and there are a lot of small variants for juice and whatnot. But the smoked wings that we get it from one manufacturer. The manufacturer distributes to Cisco, and Cisco distributes to us. So there should be no discrepancy between their cases. And and they even guarantee, golly, maybe a one wing difference, per pound or half a wing. It's something pretty small,
Yeah. So I get a catch weight on sirloin. I got a catch weight on supersad salami, ribeye, roasted potato. It's roasted pot shoulder, which I think that's the pot roast.
Mm-hmm.
Do not have it on bacon. Do not have it on ground bulk. Do not have it on puck. Do not have it on bacon slab or bacon 911 count.
Okay, so I'm just going to go down this list and look for the crazy. So let me look at something. Okay, it's not on there. Good.
Catfish was because he was counting it in all the time. I don't know. I know it's at 0 now, but I think you guys probably fixed it. He'd never thrown out the initial 15 pounds. From when we got rid of catfish, it just sat in the freezer, and he kept counting, and I kept putting him and not even looking at it like an idiot. And then finally I'm like, wait a minute, dude, we don't even sell this, throw in the garbage.
Something's wrong.
That should have been like 15 pounds short.
So
that's just got to go away.
If you look at grouper, tilapia grouper, you grew no beginning inventory, kind of odd. For someone that has 30 pounds on hand to having.
We're really 4 pounds short, not growing 30.
Yeah. Haddock. Your inventory totals. Over. Now we're looking at 2 weeks, so over 2 weeks' time to be a pound in is pretty good. And I'll tell you, you are probably spot on. You're growing this because you're one of the few stores that counts prep haddock portion, and it looks like having a few pounds of that probably helps you a little because the recipe builds in the loss of the little tip.
Right.
So a lot of stores just count haddock as haddock, and they lose it because they don't factor that in. So let's go to meat, top sirloin. So the one Donald.
I think the top sirloin, if you look at top sirloin, you look at ribeye, they're basically the same. I think that was just a miscount.
Yeah, because your inventory.
7 pounds for 8 pounds.
Yeah. And you don't sell a lot of nachos because that's typically the stores that sell a lot of nachos will lose sirloin because they overcook the steak for nachos.
Yeah.
Thick bacon, how are you guys storing that? The Billionaire Bacon.
The Billionaire Bacon is individual. Like we've been counting individual. We've been putting it, laying it in the pan.
Okay. Because Don, I think that sends the spec out, and there's a lot of stores that don't do it. You're supposed to lay 6 to a sheet, paper 6 to a sheet, portion by portion, layer by layer. And you still go into stores, and they've got a third pan full of it. So as the third pan sits there, and the stuff on the bottom, it breaks down. You see cooks throw out 3-4 orders just trying to clean out a pan. No big deal. So
I got it. I'm gonna change that today.
Bacon smash. If there's also, and just because you're pretty methodical, do me a favor. Order a bacon smash today, and maybe a burger at the same time. And order the bacon smash. A couple of thoughts. This is my thought process. So we have some stores that cooks are just using 6-ounce patties for bacon smash.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
I saw that email.
And then there's some stores that are telling me if a bacon smash is ordered well done, it just never comes out cooked. It always kind of looks pink. So cooks are just cooking a 6-ounce patty for a well done bacon smash. Because, and I'm just curious, because you don't really have any loss. Let's look at your orders. You sell a lot of Billionaire Bacon Burgers?
Fair amount.
We had one store who hadn't ordered it in like a month and a half, 2 months. And we're selling 90 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, you think they got a phone call?
Yeah. So go down, if you page down, Nick.
Okay.
Go up to see ribeye. See how it's 5 pounds?
Yeah, that probably just counts.
So it's 5 for 7. I think that's a miscount. Plus, I sell on since I've gotten the ribeye, I sell more spa steaks to the girls than I do regular chop sirloins. Everybody goes for ribeyes now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're selling a lot of ribeyes here. We're doing quite well with it. Venison's pretty good, not bad.
No, but to grow 29 pounds
of beef stew meat, yeah, that's what I don't get.
It's your ending inventory.
So it's miscounted.
Yeah, so if you receive 10 pounds, at max you should have 20 pounds on hand, 19 and a half. 47. So maybe they counted, maybe top sirloin, bacon, 6-ounce patties. I don't know what the you'll have to forgive me. I don't know what cases look like, colors and size, but
You bought the truck, huh? Sucker.
All right, so let's look at okay, so you're 5 1/4, 5 1/4, 5 1/4. So you're all set for 5 1/4. So unless you are, is there ever a chance that they drop 2 cases instead of 3?
I have to ask Manny. I'd really have to. I got to get a hold of this chicken wing thing.
That would be my only thought, because if you're at 5 1/4, but you're really getting 5 1/2 wings per pound, 5 3/4 wings per pound, you shouldn't be 2 1/2 cases.
Right.
2 1/3, but it's maybe 6 wasn't really 6, maybe it was 4, maybe it was 5. That cuts you down a lot. And $100 a case. Because who does the Cisco invoices?
I do that. Well, normally I do them, but if not, I'm not here on a Saturday, and the Saturday order comes in, then one of my managers will do it. 519. What period was that? That was P6. That was P6 week 1, right?
Yeah. That was Monday morning.
And that was 519.
Yeah.
That's 516.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Friday morning. That was Friday. So that's your Friday order for Saturday. So
right.
I forgot that it was June 1st. Then my calendar switched.
That's 520. Okay, got that invoice right here. Nope. It says 4 cases.
Boom, there you go.
4 cases, 10 pounds. Chicken wings.
Your managers have to go line item by line item on Cisco invoices. If a price changes, they change it. If they got a quantity received changed, they change it. So now you're down to 14 pounds.
Yep. No, yeah. I'm down 80 pounds of wings.
Yeah, you're down a 14-pound loss, so a third of a case.
Yep.
Jeez. That's it. I'm taking a 45-minute drive, and I'm finding your manager.
I'm telling you right now, man. I told these both of them. And like I said, I can't help if I don't work on a Saturday. The invoices got to get done. Obviously, I'm going to have to come in on a Sunday morning and just tell them don't touch anything, and I'll just do it all.
Here, let's find
next month.
You want to know who it was?
I can tell by the stamp. I can tell by the stamp. That was Jenna.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Jenna. All right, so at least we found that one.
Right there.
Yeah, Jenna Qualey.
Yep, so, well, wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, it was Jenna. So the posting is Monday's
right
date. No, Sunday's date. Yeah, when everything gets finalized. So
she put it in.
Yeah. Oh,
can you switch that for me, or do I have to do that?
What you can do is you can go to ordering home. And then
let me write this down. Hold on.
Well, you can go to Peaks Point and find the info too. You're gonna go to manuals and files. Go to IT, and there's a little folder called Decision Logic, and there's a lot of little one-sheeters in there that I've made. What you're gonna do is you're gonna find that order. So Cisco. We got about 2 more minutes because I got a call at Pensacola at 9. So we're gonna find that one for the 19th. You're gonna right-click, edit. You're gonna find the wings. You're gonna change this to a 0. Okay. You're gonna change whatever you want this to say. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna create another manual receive. You're gonna change this to 519. You're gonna put in the same invoice number. It will not let you put in and create an invoice. So if you ever hear me say unreceive, re-receive, what you're doing is you're changing what you got on hand to what actually did. So it's important that we change the date. And we put in the right invoice number, and then you're going to create an invoice, and all you're going to do is you're going to put in that quantity of 4. When you're finished with that, shoot an email to IT support or support@fvrest.com. Just say, please run DL update for Wheeling. The reason why I have to do it now is that we found that when I run an update for stores or for all stores, DOs are running updates for stores, then GMs are running updates, and what happens is you have this big long list of people trying to run an update for cost of goods or TDA, IVA. Whenever you run that update, it freezes, I don't know how much you know about databases, but it freezes certain parts of the database, certain tables.
Yeah.
So it's like
creating cookies all over the place.
Well, it's like working in an Excel worksheet, and then all of a sudden you can't access, in a big workbook, and you can't access worksheets 2, 3, 5, and 9. And you're like, well, I have to get in there. And you're like, sorry, it's frozen. And so that's why on Mondays you'll see reports take a little extra time.
Yeah, because you've got everyone trying to do shit at the same time. That's why we all move to our laptops, or we go to it and we wait. I always wait like 10, 15 minutes, and I'll come back to it.
Yeah, and so
I know you guys are messing around.
Well,
all right, Nick. Well, I will do that update, and I will email you, and then I'm going to go through the sauces with the kitchen today, and I'm going to start weighing all this stuff for you and get it back to you by the end of the day today.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate all your help.
No problem, of course. Bye.
All right, man. Have a good day.
You too.